Many tried to get under Bivol's skin, but this guy was different.
Is he as good as everyone says he is?
He need to prove this Saturday night. He need to beat me. So
Sullivan Barrera was a dangerous boxer which was trained by the same coach Gennady Golovkin was, and had given Andre Ward a tough fight for his light heavyweight debut. After granting Joe Smith Jr. and Felix Valera their very first defeats, Barrera was chosen as the mandatory challenger for Dmitry Bivol's WBA belt. Bivol at this point was on the come-up. His name wasn't really that big in the boxing world, but more and more people started hearing about the Soviet monster who was decapitating his opponents.
Ух ты, хорошо навстречу провалил. Еще раз добавил.
Many people had Barrera winning this fight, as they felt like his aggressive style and relentless pressure would give him an edge during the later rounds of a fight with Bivol. And when he was asked some questions in an interview, he was quick to give his opinion about the Russian.
Is he as good as everyone says he is?
he need to prove this Saturday night. He champion the world, but he need to prove he's really good. He need to beat me. So
that was everything Bivol needed, a guy confident in his skills that would come out firing to get him out of the ring as soon as possible. This was finally the chance Dmitry needed to show the world his true worth.
Good luck. Touch him up.
Bivol and find out what Bivol is really all about.
Both fighters started the fight calmly, waiting to see who would make a mistake first.
Momentum in his favor that early.
Bivol has down to work after he gets out of that first round danger.
So I can understand why he wants to avoid that early contact.
And better lead. Right now, Bivol is getting chances.
And I'd say also he's the bigger puncher. But doesn't mean there aren't things your opponent can do with timing and using.
Max, as we get ready for the end of round one, Beterbiev or the other big punchers in this division.
I'll tell you what, stuff for an up-and-coming prospect or up-and-coming light heavyweight.
That right hand on the button.
Bivol, in my view, has light heavyweight Gennady Golovkin, an athlete with real power. And now a sense of urgency may emerge for Bivol as blood his right eye. Never been cut before.
You know, we wanted questions answered about Bivol already.
I love the kind of punching I'm seeing from Bivol.
12. Barrera has a title belt. Was less.
Guys, did anyone see what caused that cut?
Is averaging 9 landed jabs per round. The division average is under 5 landed jabs per round.
A responsible boxer puncher.
The most impressive thing about Bivol right now is that he really comes back and attacks with counter punches. That's the most impressive thing I've seen about him all night.
No question. To play defense with his legs and get distance with his legs much.
And he does that when he comes.
Blood flowing again from the cut outside the right eye. So we get a fighter than he's been in with before and trying to take over the fight.
Bivol was on point, and his flash combinations were landing all day with some even hurting Barrera.
Yeah, no one's scared in there.
No. Two true professionals going at it.
But the one who made the point often, Jim, what separates fighters on the world-class level is
here in this round. Already.
He lands both shots. He lands the left jab. He lands the straight right hand.
He lands a left hook. He lands another left hook that wobbles Barrera.
The better technician and lands with more pop. So
Sullivan is showing a good job of,
because Bivol is so much quicker than him, is going a body attack, but he's not doing that. He's going all head. If he went to the body some, he could. So if Barrera was smart, he'd attack the body now and try to even this fight up.
Much faster hands could counter him upstairs.
He's running that risk anyway. See that? He's running that risk anyway, Jim. If you do
it's just the way it works, because it's a one-on-one sport. When one fighter has him a chance to win.
And that's what the body shot would do if he could do that.
And you see the graphic that says Bivol has landed 28 before he left the corner.
That was a good body shot. Earlier is his explosiveness too. When he punches, he explodes with every punch when he thinks he has it.
Kovalev, who we'll see in the main event tonight, and who we're very familiar with throughout his title. Kovalev.
No, he's not.
He's a sharp puncher, but used for the light heavyweight division because Bivol has had to, taste his own blood. It's been
within the past couple of weeks.
Keep him up, keep him up.
Barrera kind of might have been on the belt line. There's a right hand upstairs. There's a straight right hand by Bivol. Barrera just walked in and ate it.
He did eat it, but I don't know how.
The Cuban didn't retaliate, however, and was always there to counterpunch Bivol whenever he had a chance.
Attempted body shot for Barrera.
Good body shot.
Now this time Barrera gets the right hand.
Good body shots. You feel me?
So Barrera finding more.
Barrera's lost a lot of steam on his punches right now, too, it seems, Max. On some of them, not all of them right now. That right hand still has stuff, but
I started to say the right hand was pretty good.
Bivol throws a good one here and there, but their punches for the most part are about even.
Bivol still quicker.
Yeah, he's quicker.
Or maybe Bivol is sensing that.
That was a good try for a good right hand to the
Hard
body.
right hand to the body by Dmitry Bivol. The last round that said that Bivol had landed 55 jabs to 3. Pretty good jab. How big a problem is it to have been completely taken away?
Well, speed neutralizes things like that, and Bivol's speed has neutralized that jab. Not only that, but Bivol also...
Is Kellerman correct in saying that begins to look a little bit like a golf ball? Yes, it's not quite Hasim
You know, and by the way, he's winning every round, Bivol, and he's comfortably ahead, obviously, and he's swelling on the left side of the
fighter who got the worst of that headbutt was Sullivan Barrera.
Jim can't feel too bad either, though.
The hand speed is remarkable. I mean, you just don't see many 175-pound fighters who can put together like this with the velocity and the style and the effect that they're getting in there.
The velocity is right, Jim. He's using it to...
As the fight progressed into the later rounds, both fighters upped their pace in search of a knockout.
Again, tripling Barrera in terms of landed punches and fights.
I like that, Jim. Humiliating.
Here's to try to get just a little breather in round 9. React.
Oh.
And now he comes back with a hard right hand of his own. Throws it again. Throws it again. On a stop.
Good jab, buddy.
By the way, even if you're thinking, well, yeah, but Barrera's done his damage with his head. But against Bivol, he has kept him, you know, upright in this fight.
Barrera 57 out of 469.
Look at Jim, I got a 90 to 81, 9 rounds to nothing, Dmitry Bivol. Jimmy's just outboxing him. The fight speed.
Fights are important no matter how good a prospect looks in terms of developing a prospect.
Bivol's physical qualities, the speed, the quickness, the punching power, seeming more mental approach to make him better.
Strong and staying sharp as he was in round 1, in round 8 through 12. That I would go home and work on.
Because withstanding the damage from the butts and getting through
that, that's not something that you've never seen before. So yes, that does add confidence.
He went from boxer-puncher who might knock you out with any shot to more pure boxing.
A conscious realization on his part, hey, this guy is durable and tough.
No, I don't think it was, Jim, because he still was at times when he saw much more because he's gotten 3 pretty vicious headbutts already. So why would you stick your head down?
Like he thought maybe that's something that had worked for him, and to me, that's your problem.
Yeah, I just think that's just how Barrera fights, though. I think that's kind of who Barrera is. And when he punches right there, he brings his head with his punches in it.
And do the 3-punch combination, and then a stiff jab up the middle, and there's another stiff jab up the middle by Dmitry Bivol. Modestly, Max, but at the end of the day, you walk out of the room and there's no question.
You know he's confident, and he's really, this is the kind of, he would have been more impressive to many in obvious ways had he just blown Barrera out.
And Bivol finally landed on the chin.
We have to get our amateur,
down goes Barrera, and you can see Bivol thinking to himself, is Harvey Doc gonna let him continue? No, it's a stoppage, and Bivol.
Barrera was stopped. This single punch in the 12th round was all it took for the world to hear Bivol's name, but it seemed like it wasn't a lesson for future opponents to not try and intimidate the Russian.